If I tell you who you really are, you will disagree with yourself because you've been convinced that you're not a king or a princess or a queen or a prince. But earth was made to be the home for mankind. And because it's our home, who is in charge in your home? In your home, is a stranger in charge? Absolutely not. You are in charge of your home, of your house. And whoever made this earth does not live in it. He has relinquished responsibilities to those who live on it to take charge. So he has exonerated himself from whatever happens on earth. Remember, in your home, a stranger does not fix what's wrong in your home. You have to fix it yourself. Do you get my point? Okay, he is like a car manufacturer. When he manufactures a car, you just go there and buy the car. The manufacturer has relinquished responsibility by producing the car. The moment you buy the car, the responsibilities is now yours to fix the car, drive the car, move the car around. Whatever goes wrong in the car, you have to fix it yourself. Nobody will do it for you. Are you getting my point? Okay, and there are two sides of reality. There are two sides of existence, of reality in this earth, on earth rather. And the first reality is chaos. The second reality is order. And because these two realities are in parallel, one is more popular than the other. And because one is more popular than the other, it does not mean that the most popular one is correct or right or the right reality. Well, it could be right for some people, it could be wrong for some people. But I want to list some of the realities of in chaos. Remember, I told you we have two realities. We have order, we have chaos. And chaotic reality is the most popular reality that you and I was introduced to when we were born. And one reality has created systems that confines uh, people to, how will I put it, to a chaotic reality that before you we understand that this is a chaotic reality, you are far too gone or you passed out. Okay, the chaotic realities are the chaotic systems are the first one is academic system. The next 21 years of a child's life does not belong to the parent or to the child, it belongs to a stranger. Can you imagine that? So a stranger has to tell you how to live, what to do, what to wear, how to live an effective life for the next 21 years of your life or the life of your child. So your child is confined to what a stranger tells them to do. That's chaotic, you know. You may not agree with me, but you know it's true. For the next, because from kindergarten to primary to secondary to college, university, and you find that it seems like the system has a way of keeping people in chaotic order. Let me put it that way. In a chaotic order, you think this reality is what life is all about, but that's it's all lies. Now the next one is financial system. You know, if not for cryptocurrency that is decentralized means of financial exchange or transaction, the financial system is so chaotic that it's one of the system created by the chaotic reality to keep mankind confined to a certain frame of reference. Okay, the next one is religious system. This is the big monster. You know, we've been convinced that if you are not a Christian or a Muslim or this, you are not living an effective life. You need to be a Christian, a Muslim, a Hindu to go to heaven. Remember, I told you that earth is our home. So if earth is our home, whose home should we be thinking about living earth or staying on earth and fixing earth? In your home. If someone comes and convinces you that your home is not your home, you need have another home elsewhere in the sky, that you need to leave the home you are currently living and prepare for the home in the sky you've not seen, and you believe the person, you are the biggest fool on this planet. You are a compound idiot. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. We've been confined that if you're not a Christian, you need to be a Christian to go to heaven. Muslims believe you need to be a Muslim to go to heaven. Jews believe you need to do this to go to heaven. Everybody wants to leave earth. Who made this reality? Why is this reality always pointing or referencing living earth instead of fixing the earth, which is our home? Use your mind. Okay, the next one is political system. We've been convinced that someone else has the responsibility of making our lives better than we should make our life. That's what politicians are supposed to do, is fix the road, get the lights on and all that, get the, everything working all together. That's a big lie. We're convinced that these big four, the big four, that's the academic system, the financial system, the religious system, and the political system, are supposed to make our lives worth living. These are all lies. Big lies. And this chaotic reality has successfully convinced us we need money to be dominant, and we need to be educated to blend effectively in the system. Oh my gosh. My God. And we need a religious belief or a religious status to go to heaven. Let me ask you, do you need a religious belief to sweep your room? Do you need a political position to fix your room? To fix to clean up your room, to wash the dishes. I want you to begin to understand that these are chaotic realities that have been created by the system to keep mankind confined, to think that this reality is actually the true reality. When you wear a black goggle, a black spectacle, you see the world from a black perspective. It reflects black. When you wear pink, the same thing. So this reality has made a lot of spectacles that by the time you remove this one, you put on the next one. So you are assuming that this is how reality is. But these are all lies. When you perpetuate lies for a while, people assume it's true. Wow. Too much lies. Okay, guess what? They make it difficult to make money. And they make it very, very difficult to be financially free. And they make you work very hard to be a politician, to be elected. And they make it very difficult for you to be truly educated. We have these Ivy League schools and all that. You have to pay expensive fee to learn what others have not they have not learned, and they make you have a religious belief or status. You pay offering, you pay this, you go to church, you're a committed member and all that, to make you believe, man, I'm going to heaven. And all these things, they make it so difficult that you feel it's worth it. This is an illusion. They make us believe that this illusion is worth chasing. These are all big lies. Lies. But the other reality is order. It's not chaotic, it's order. And what the other reality wants to do is to bring heaven on earth. Not to take us out of earth, but to bring heaven on earth. I'm really surprised that people say that we are supposed to leave earth to go to heaven. Why Jesus said, Father, take them not out of this world. Let thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. He wants heaven to be done on earth. Why we want to leave earth to go to heaven? So who is this? Who is the fool? Who is who is the fool here? That's what the reality, this chaotic reality, has already convinced us. Tell people lies long enough, they believe it's true. You understand my point. Okay, our sole responsibilities as mankind is to manage resources on earth. If you have we are born, our sole purpose on earth is to manage resources. Do you get my point? We are here to manage earthly resources because this is our home. In your home, who cooks the food? Who goes to grocery stores? Who sweeps the room? Who wash the dishes? You. Who manages finances? You. So earth is our home, and we are supposed to be managing earthly resources, the resources in this place. That's our sole purpose. You are gifted as a musician, you're supposed to manage musical resources. You are gifted as an orator, you're supposed to manage oratory, resources. You're gifted as a craftsman, you're supposed to manage craftsman resources. As an auto mechanic, you're supposed to manage auto mechanic resources. We are here to manage resources. Now, what is poverty? Poverty is just resources mismanagement. Mismanagement of resources. That's what poverty is. Because we do not manage resources effectively, we have poverty. Poverty is not natural. It was invented. It's man-made. What is sickness? Sickness is lack of a health, proper health management. If you do not manage your health effectively, you will be sick. When you drink and smoke and you don't sleep well, what do you expect will happen to you? Okay, so because the maker of earth does not live on earth, the sole purpose of mankind's existence is to manage the resources on earth and not to go to heaven. You need to stick that into your skull. We are not here to go to heaven. We are on earth to fix heaven. If heaven needed us, we would have been in heaven. What are the angels doing in heaven? What are they doing there? They don't need us there. We are the ones who are supposed to fix here. Okay, my next point is because we don't need to pray seven. Okay, let me ask you. Do you need to pray 7 days, 7 times a day to manage resources in your home? No, we don't need that. You know, you don't need to go to mosque or go to church to live an effective life. No, these are all lies. You don't need to be fully education is not really going to school. There are so many ways you could be educated, and it's really strange that it seems like people who were educated informally are more understands reality more than people who educated formally, as they put it. And because the reality of order intends to bring heaven on earth, and this heaven is orderly, and heaven is in our mind, our consciousness. Order. When your room is not in order, nobody has to tell you that. Nobody needs to tell you that. This place is disorderly. You have to fix it. Do you understand my point? So the reality of order, does not have so much system like the chaotic reality. That's why we neglect that side of reality until you realize that these chaotic realities or systems are confined to make us believe the lies. Then you begin to realize, okay, what is the other side of the reality that I have not really thought about? And that is order. Order. Now, if your life is disorderly, you cannot manage resources effectively. That you elected someone as a politician does not mean their life is in order. Do you understand? They say even fools grow old. Are you getting my point? So this side of reality does not have a lot of system like the academic system, the financial system, the religious system, and all these systems. The true reality, which is orderly, the reality of order, does not have a lot of systems that this chaotic system has already created to convince people this is the true reality. I hope it's a bit complex, complicated, but if you put your mind down, you will understand what I'm saying. Tighten your seatbelt way. I want to go to the next phase. Okay, how do you put your life in order? Now let me give you something to do. It's a very simple assignment. Buy a book. I have a book here. Buy a book here. Buy a book. A notebook, and what you do is draw 3 columns. draw three columns, like this column I have here. I have column for date, I have column for income, I have column for expenses, and I have column to write down what I spent. Now, I'm getting somewhere. Just tighten up your seatbelt. And what I do is each day I write down everything I've spent. So let's say today is the 5th or 6th. Today is 6th of April 2025. So whatever I spend today, I'll write it down. Then I'll write down what I've what I spent it on, what I spent my money on. And this makes me at the end of the day I calculate everything I've spent, the income, the expenses, and the what I spent it on. Now, when you do it for 1 month, then you calculate the total income and the total expenses. If you do it consistently for 6 months, you will start living an orderly life. I've been doing this for years. When you start calculating your income, expenses, and by the end of the month you sum it up, add up, minus, and plus, then you find out, okay, what am I spending much money on? Am I spending much money on unnecessary stuff, or am I spending much money on things that makes my life better? Now, as you consistently do these things, you begin to realize, okay, is my life orderly or disorderly? If you consistently do this, just try this just 1 month. I know it's very difficult, but you yourself will begin to ask yourself, wait a minute, it seems like I'm spending money on this. Then you cut down on it. That's how you could introduce order into your financial life. There are other means to introduce order into your lives, but start with the simple. This is a very simple step. Buy a notebook, whatever you spend, but write it down. Whatever you spend in a day, write it down. Just be consistent. At the end of the month, you will be the one to judge or to tell if you really are spending much or more. Now, why did I say this? This is a means of bringing order into your life. Now, the reality of order is very difficult, and that's why people don't want to talk about it. It's so difficult because it's tasking. It gives you the essence to be responsible, because the reality of order makes you responsible. People don't want to be responsible for their lives. They want to relinquish responsibility to someone else. Someone else has the responsibility to make their life better, and you are the mercy of someone else. And that's a big loophole. We've relinquished the responsibilities of making it better, which is our home, into the hands of politicians, into the hands of religious people. And this look at the mess that we have on earth. Earth is our place, but look at the mess. We have poverty. We are mismanaging resources. There are enough resources on earth to cater for every single soul, everybody on earth. But because of mismanagement of resources, we have poverty, we have sickness, you know. And my next point is chaos and order are two distinctive realities. If your life is not orderly, it means you are existing in a chaotic reality. So it means that if your life is not orderly, if you're not living an orderly life, if you have checked your life and your life is messed up, it means that you are living in a chaotic reality, and you need to recheck. Do I really love the life I'm living? Does this life make me live a response? Does this life make me become responsible of my home? Because in your own home, in your house, nobody has to come to tell you to sweep your room, to wash the dishes. So why do you think someone else has the responsibility to make your life better when you can? Remember, we are all fallen kings. Nobody trained us to be kings and queens. Prince Charles is not the only prince on earth. All male on earth are prince. All men. Or if you're a man, you're a king, you're a prince. If you're still a kid, you're a prince, you're a potential king. All women, it's all women are queens, princesses. All men are prince and kings, kids. Or nobody has, the system has not introduced this consciousness into our mindset to make us know that we are kings, we are prince, we are queens, we are princesses. This is a consciousness you have to grab for yourself. It's like when you cannot see the picture when you are in the frame. So if you have to take yourself out of the frame to see the true picture and say, wow, so this is really what life is all about. So I hope this makes you rethink the reality you've been living on. If you're saying life is hard, maybe you're living a chaotic reality. Do you know the funniest thing? That this chaotic reality has become the norm. And because it has become the norm, we assume is the true reality that needs to be we assume that, oh, well, that's the norm, let's just roll on. But that's a lie. There are people who are perpetuating these lies consistently. The academic, I'm not against going to school, I'm not going to be against being educated. I'm just saying, the next 21 years of your life, if a stranger is to tell you what to do with your life or the life of your kids, then you need to rethink it. Is the stranger living the life I want to live? It's like going for marital counsel from a therapist who has divorced 4 times. What are they going to teach you? What are they going to tell you? So these two realities, order and chaos, are in existence. Ask yourself, which one do you want to live on? Until next time, I bounce.